there's a lot of content out there that likes to blame porn and apps and the state of politics for the relationship between the sexes and kind of the contentious nature of dating, and there's a lot to be said about all of that. But the truth is that what kills seduction is the constant moralizing, and the moralizing comes from so many different belief systems and camps now that puts up a huge wall of resistance. Because basically what I mean by moralizing and preaching is that everybody gets really attached to their belief system and they use it as a way of having a scorecard. And we already see this. We saw this with people marking, don't want a Trump supporter, don't want an anti-vaxxer, don't want religious right. We also see it with people saying, I don't want a feminist, I don't want an SJW leftist. I've even seen that people don't even like when they see that someone's moderate, they think, oh, I don't want someone moderate, that means a racist Democrat. Like there's so many, like people can create a form of contention just by how somebody self-identifies and labels themselves in so many ways. Another flag people will say is, oh, pronouns in bio. So there's so many ways that people are putting up resistance and having this sense of labels, and it's coming from all the belief systems. Suddenly your beliefs are you, and there's not that sense of curiosity about a human being who exists outside of all of those little markers. And so the real reason that seduction and dating feels so mechanical and robotic is it's not just the apps and it's not just the porn, it's also our own robotic insistence on them catering to a very narrow range of specifications. And I'm looking at the manosphere people too, because they've got their own little belief system preoccupied with body count, and they're looking for all the signs if a woman's going to submit or not. And it's just the polarity police are annoying, the religious police are annoying, the puritanical SJW leftists are annoying. You're all the same person. You are all completely ideologically possessed in a way that limits you from getting to know yourself and others as dimensional humans. You are thinking that little tiny little virtue signals and identifiers that you think that makes up the entire individual, and you are really reductive. You are reducing people to things that truly don't matter, and that may not even be something that person feels strongly about. They might just be imitating cultural mores. They might just be going through a phase. But see, the thing is that kind of preachiness, have you ever been on a date with a preachy person? And I mean a preachy person of any of these belief systems. Has that ever made you want to have sex with them? No, because that creates an entire resistance. This is a person already telling you who to be and what category to be. You want to be with someone that lowers your resistance, lowers your guard. And that's a person who is relaxed and kind of has a shape-shifting quality where you don't care about all that, because they're not worried about it and you're not worried about it. And also it just doesn't matter because the attraction bypasses all of that. But unfortunately, if people come into dates with this kind of evaluation, scoreboard, checklist, kind of like, okay, I'm going to look at body count. Oh, is she a feminist? Oh, pronouns. Or or it could go the other way. It could be like, well, she definitely can't be someone that's not experienced. She definitely can't be somebody that might want to be submissive in the bedroom. Like people get almost insane about they're making more meaning out of how people could have grab and take things from all different categories and want to be a free human, free to be many different things, have many different interests. Like, people can also be different things to different people depending on the aspects of themselves that unfold with that dynamic, right? But if you come in with that checklist, and even if you've even been on those dates with those kinds of intellectual snobs that when you say you haven't seen a certain movie, they make that mean something. They're like, I can't believe you haven't seen X. We gotta go see it. You gotta go see it. Are you sure you haven't seen it? What do you like to watch? Oh, you like to watch that? That guilty pleasure? Well, that's stupid. Okay, is that person going to get very far? And I don't mean in making it a fast food exchange of like, are they gonna get laid, but are they gonna get into your subconscious and your emotional world? No, because they're so caught in their little list. And you can be the same way. What if we see this with kind of, there was this meme quite a few years ago, but it was a check mark list of like somebody, a woman sitting back kind of on a date thinking about like how they're ready to lecture you on feminism and Black Lives Matter and all of those kinds of leftist kind of the virtue signal issues that, okay, does my man know about these things, right? Consent, and it had that kind of idea of, this is a little checklist, like if the man doesn't fall in line with this, well, then he's out. And so we have that coming from every single ideological pool. Like, there are more resistance markers than I think there's ever been. There's not a sense of discovery. There's not a sense of curiosity. There's a sense of looking at your scorecard, your checklist, and then going down. And we see that even in how people write their bios. They want to have the right signalers. They want to say like vaxxed and waxed. They want to say like no Trumpers, no MAGA. They say, no pronouns in the bio. And they say like, or they'll reference manosphere concepts. It's just, or polarity is the thing too, of like looking for the person that wants to be in their divine feminine. And if you aren't in that, then you're in your masculine. Like, there's so many ways that you can undercut somebody and reduce them. And the truth is just because you have gotten absorbed in certain belief systems doesn't mean that you need to be shooting everyone, shooting and preaching it as if it is the game over kind of reductive way of evaluating people. Like, there are phases to belief systems. There's such but the thing is because everybody is so calcified in their cult now, they are hyper vigilant to looking for it, because that means they're a bad person. Like, if somebody is still, if someone's traditional, red flag, siren. If somebody is in the polarity thing, red flag, siren. If someone is in it's just so heated, whereas these words and these concepts are truly not really they don't encapsulate an entire person. And seduction and dating is ruined from all these walls we put up, because what if someone hasn't seen Clockwork Orange? What if someone hasn't read X book? Or what if somebody likes Ayn Rand? Or what if somebody has another thing is thinking that moderate is bad, or libertarian. Like, we have so many, we attach meaning to all this instead of having the idea, I wonder what this person's all about. We're looking for making pronouns bad, making religious right bad, making MAGA bad, making Trump bad, making all of these things denote something about how that person is inherently evil or dumb. And we don't look at how actually the whole thing that's ruining dating is the fact that we're caught up in these beliefs, this sanctimony, this moral superiority, this checklist. So I think that's part of what's ruining dating. Even the term of mansplaining and men are trash, those are all ways that they're all resistance of having this battle between this contention of the sexes, this contention of the political parties, this contention of the cults, essentially. And it's just a shame, because seduction is not about these checklists. And we always have known over time that love surpasses all of these kind of bullshit monikers. So if you're wondering why your dating life isn't going well, it's maybe because you've got this little moralizing checklist, and you probably might get preachy about it, or you're encountering people that were preachy to you, and then you become that same preachy person, and soon everyone is preachy about their little particulars, when in reality, personality and compatibility exceed those little monikers. So, hope this was helpful.